Nobody is immune to the trials and tribulations of life.
You're not up, you're fucking down. And if you're down, I'm here to pick you up.
I don't care what it is. If you survived it, you standing there talking about it, it's cash money.
Never let your emotions supersede your intelligence.
Don't be blind to no situation that's in your face. If you feel like your gut feeling is this, go with it.
The ship does not sink because of the water around. The ship will sink because of the water that gets in. So for me, I don't allow the water that's outside to get in my ship and sink it.
I can't help that these motherfuckers is soft.
Having purpose. I know what my purpose is. And when you're in your purpose, if anything fall on you, then it fall on you. At least you know you were where you were supposed to be.
And with that, I said, move on. Get your life together. Get your life together. Get your life together.
Not there yet. When you get there, you're gonna know when you got there. But you cannot get comfortable.
The greatest thing you could do is listen while you winning. We get that paper, motherfuckers throw the drip on, they got the money, they got all the chicks going crazy, everybody screaming their name, and they go deaf. Nothing can penetrate you.
I just tell myself it's okay to not be okay, as long as the goal is to get out that stage, get out that box, get out that space. That's how I fight with my demons.
It's another me mentally that everybody don't experience.
They ain't got no self-esteem. And then they come being mad at me because I got self-esteem. I'm confident, I'm strong. They're just gonna have to deal with it. And if they don't want to deal with me, block me.
See, I'm not one of them niggas that know a lot about a little. I know a little about a lot, bitch. I might not be the brightest candle on the cake, but bitch, I'm lit.
Yo, it's your boy, rough and tough with his afro puff. Go on with your bad self. What it does? What it does? Let me raise this up a little bit because this shit down low. Down low. Get this shit set. Bam. There we go. Brighten up the mood, y'all. Said Kevin says some bizarre stuff, but as time goes on, he probably right. Hey man, to be honest with you, you gotta forgive yourself for the shit that you didn't know back then that you do now. You know what I'm saying? Because you needed time to know that. And a lot of shit takes time to know. What up, Don? Here, let me post the link real quick. Get that shit in there. Go back to the chat. Get that bang. There we go. Cherry gold. Wait, didn't even post it, dang. There we go. And put that live chat up there too. There we go. Y'all know what to do.
My friends be like, how come you not famous yet? I be like, you didn't share my shit. How come you ain't shared it yet?
Yeah, how come you ain't shared yet? You know, I'm trying to get out there. We trying to get big, you know what I'm saying? Like my afro. Shit looking pristine if I do say so myself. Says still doing all the same stuff, just more work. Unfickereal, dude, I'm gonna try it. Hell yeah. But I don't know what it is. Let's get into this.
I brought me one you can trust.
Ready? I'm gonna be. Bitch on the ride of my day like a Mustang. I got a watch on my wrist is a bust down. See ya. I'm tryna hop on a flight out of town. See ya. But I see my baby to bring it right round. See ya.
Yo, what it do, fam? What it do? You know what it do. Roxanne, you gonna have to come up, show me your face. I don't know who you are. Don't know none of that. I ain't never heard of you. We don't know you. We ain't cool with people we don't know. We don't see their face when they in the background. You know what I'm saying? You want to participate? I do it in the background. That what it do, fam?
Man, I got to come up and show you, man. Let me show you, man.
I know. I'm watching it right now, bro. I'm watching it right now.
Oh, you got it? You already got it?
Yeah.
All right.
I was gonna download it. I just gotta get it to that part.
Bet, man. I just wanted to see if you got that boy. Salute to everybody in the building. Stay tapped in. But it's all G.
ATX, yo, what it do? Said a couple more people come up here and what? DJ, yo. See, Drew. All right, I ain't gonna hold y'all to it. We're gonna get straight into the video.
It was not just the titans or the massive ancient trees. Though perhaps if you look into the King of Wing in New Mexico, you'll find the axe that was used to cut down some of these trees, though a much smaller version. Geology really truly is nothing more than the study of hardened biology. These are not just a few examples of mushrooms that look like rocks. You can literally find hundreds and thousands of these all over the world, told to us that they're nothing more than just erosion. Much like the giant trees, they say, are nothing more than hexagonal columns spewing ancient volcanoes. They'll never replicate it again in recent times. In order for us to be sold on the lie of the theory of evolution, they had to dismiss our much larger past, the giants and all the inhabitants along with it. And as always, the parasites of this realm told us to dismiss the evidence of our eyes and ears. It was their final and most essential command. But once your eyes are truly open, you can see these mud fossils everywhere, and it is certainly no pareidolia. Question everything, friends. Until next time.
Yeah, you definitely gotta question everything, family. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. They've been telling us this stuff for years, but some of the stuff just not catching media. Like the stuff we supposed to know. But we're gonna keep it moving because you know we ain't done yet. We ain't done yet. Y'all said it's been water world since day one. Since day one. The water been rising. Y'all just ain't seen it because y'all living on the horizon. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be up there on the echelons and shit just to see what's down. You know what I'm saying? The more you go up, the more you see down. So let's get it.
They say if something on your credit goes to a debt collector, it can be removed because that is illegal. They are 100% correct now. Oh my God. Let's talk about it. So I had a few things that was on my credit from the past that had went to debt collectors. And I decided to listen to all of these people on TikTok telling you that if it goes into debt collection and someone else buys it and they start sending you letters, that is illegal and it can be removed. Now I know 100% for myself that that is absolutely true. And I'm only telling you this because I wrote the letters myself, sent them off certified mail with return service receipts, and guess what I received? It says, "Dear me, we acknowledge receipt of your communication concerning the above referenced account. This letter is to confirm that we have closed our file and terminated collection action. We appreciate the
Mm. Mm. You know, somebody's supposed to be up here explaining how to get that shit done. You know what I'm saying? Where's you at? Don, talking to you. It's true. We need that information from you. Boogie, yo, what it do? Big Boogie in the house. See. So, we're waiting for the Dawn has arrived to come up to the live. Where you at, sis? Well, until she get up here, we gonna keep it up. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep this couple steady.
What's that? Oh, the show To Catch a Predator wasn't canceled by the way they told us, which was it just ran its course. No, it gets much deeper and much darker than that. Tell me more! Yeah, as some of you may know, the show To Catch a Predator was canceled back in 2008, but they said it's because the show just ran its course and it wasn't getting the viewership and the views that they thought it should. But there was a particular instance that happened where there was a gentleman trying to talk to a 13-year-old boy and then never showed up. But so the camera crew decided to go to his house. Once they got there, things got a little wild because as they were able to figure out what actually happened, and that was the fact that he had actually unalived himself. He caught wind that he was being caught in the act and ended up unaliving himself as they showed up to confront him. They said this was an ethical conundrum because it was a 6th district attorney in Texas. Okay.
See, I told you it's in the law too, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't trust them people. You just gotta make sure your people good as shit. Law ain't never good. Them motherfuckers never on our side, yo. This motherfucking wig itching like a motherfucker. I don't know how females do it. Y'all crazy as fuck, bro. Crazy as fuck. Don't keep moving.
If your name's on the deed, you don't control your house. The system does. And the wealthy, they figured that out a long time ago. Because when your name's on that title, you're exposed to lawsuits, to taxes, to probate court. Your home becomes an open file with your name stamped right on top. But there's a smarter way. Step 1, set up a revocable living trust. It separates you from the asset legally. You're still in control, but the system can't reach in. Step 2, move the house into the trust. Same keys, same life. But now, your name is off the title. Step 3, name yourself as trustee. You can sell, refinance, renovate, all of it. But now you're protected. And when you pass, the house transfers instantly. No probate, no court, no frozen assets. It's not hiding, it's structure. The wealthy don't play fair. They play smart. So if they can do it, why can't you? Tap the orange cart. Get the book that shows you the entire blueprint, the only living trust book you'll ever need. This isn't about real estate. This is about control, and it's your move now.
Yeah, you gotta learn how to play that game. You know what I'm saying? Play that game. Shit. I had to take my net off, you know what I'm saying? That shit was going everywhere. Dude, what the fuck I look like walking with some monks when I gotta fucking live? Them niggas ain't gotta live like I gotta live, man. Wish I would be walking with some monks. Fucking stupid. This ain't, we ain't going on no pilgrimages, my nigga. I'm trying to get the word out to y'all through this. This is how I walk. You know what I'm saying? Walk how I talk it. I don't need to go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm here right now. Right now.
Just trust me, you'll be fine. And when I'm back in Chicago,
you got to win the midterms. Because if we don't win the midterms, it's just going to be, I mean, they'll find a reason to impeach me. I'll get impeached. We don't impeach them. You know why? Because they're meaner than we are. We should have impeached Joe Biden for 100 different things. They are mean and smart. But fortunately for you, they have horrible policy.
That is unfortunate. We need them to have a horrible policy just so we can get a good one in the way. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucking wig is a monster, but I got it. I got it. See, I tamed it. You know what I'm saying? Working now, baby. Working. Let's get it.
I don't mean no harm when I say this, but Mr. Tenderism, get the hell on up out them people establishment. Because the clip of the owner, I'm going to assume, that white man sitting next to Tenderism talking about, well, we emailed Keith Lee, we didn't get a response. The whole vibe of that clip, excuse my French, it's giving massa enslave.
I agree. I agree. Check it
All
out.
right, so leg one is down. Brother has to go back. He's got some special stuff to attend to. How you feel, man?
Pretty good, pretty good. I'm leaving Dallas out of this gate right here. I can't tell you where I'm leaving out of, but anyway, I'll see y'all again in the southern part of California. City be Marietta. You know what we do. This destination, one the nation. And we'll see you again, Dallas. That's all.
Special trip, brother. I appreciate you.
Yes,
I
sir.
love you. Thank you for coming out here.
I'll see you when you get back.
You can't say you love me on camera?
I love you, boy. Anytime.
Yo, Angela the Dow in the building. Yo, thanks for making it. Appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Big Boogie, appreciate you. See y'all out there. Support your boy. See. You know what I'm saying?
There's some circumstances that happened after the fact with other people that he talked to that opened our eyes up to why he probably felt the way that he did. Even the way that he approached it, he didn't ask for anybody else. There's a lot of people visible on social media. To offer a tip to a business owner was crazy. That was the other thing too, is like he really thinks Walt is like this helpless guy who needs his help. How are you going to tip a business owner? Tip the whole staff.
I want to give this to Walter.
Okay.
He specifically said his name to ask me a couple of questions. To ask him a couple of questions, I meant to say. That's how he presented it. He didn't say, hey, I want to give y'all this, and in the meantime, can I talk to Walter and Nick or whatever? He literally asked for him only and said he want to give him that amount of money.
Even Reynaldo with What's Your Bill, or someone that's visible, Walter French, anybody else, it would have felt like it was coming from a place that we would have accepted, but we're blessed that we have this following. Yeah, you want me to cut it short? Sorry, brother.
Hey, look here. I'd like you to some kind of way get in touch with him if possibility. Tell him when he come back. And hey, look, I'm willing to meet him. I mean, he can call me on the phone number, call Nick.
Man, what we talking about, my nigga, is blink twice if you need help. That's it. That's all, man. Cause these motherfuckers over here got you on some don't say nothing. Wish we had that. You know what I'm saying? Wish we had that. But we ain't got that, you know what I'm saying? Talking about he a business owner. That nigga don't own that business. Be honest with yourself, man. Be honest with yourself. I want to see his name on that motherfucker. Let me see that shit. Exactly. You don't own that shit, man. Shut the fuck up.
Mr. Tenderism is the only reason why we talking about Smokehouse Destination. You got the nerve to say some lady came to you and said, you changed the world? Oh, no. Unc did that. Unc brought the culture. The only reason we discussing this is because Unc was throwing his glasses, saying tenderism. Tenderness. That's the only reason people want to fuck with it. That's the only reason. So look, before you get ahead of yourself, pump your motherfucking brakes. Check yourself before you wreck. Unc put on one of the best marketing campaigns we ever seen with tenderism. You get what I'm saying? Your business will not be thriving the way it is without Unc and tenderism. That's why we thought the company was his. That's all we seen until you try to let me get in there. Let me get in. Back the fuck up. Back. Now look, I'm not saying that the business not yours, but you're not gonna just swoop on in and try to make it like you did this shit. That's why the people upset. That's why the people saying you jealous. Cause you trying to be, oh, I'm the face of the business. This is my company. He's just an employee. You trying to dumb him down. You trying to dumb him down. Unc, you just sitting there and allowing it talking about, I mean, I'm good with everything. I mean, we partners. Y'all not partners. I guarantee that money split ain't partnership. Money split, I guarantee that. Unc, you should want more for yourself. You're pissing me off. You coined the phrase tenderism. You had the world going crazy for tenderism. You had everybody wanting to go to this place for tenderism. Not him. Look, we're not trying to pin y'all against each other. None of that. We just saying you deserve your fair share. Like, I don't know if you get your fair share or not, but I'm pretty sure you not. 9 times out of 10, matter of fact, 10 times out of 10, I can almost guarantee you not getting your fair share of what you even worth. Did you even trademark tenderism? Did Unc trademark tenderism? Did you talking about you changed the world? What world? What world?
Goddamn. Hey, don't forget to hit that like button. Appreciate y'all.
Y'all follow me and remember this. That's right. Oh, Ingersoll Lockwood. You all remember when you could do this and we find the hidden rabbit? And it always led to something? Well, let's see what it leads to. So if you look at the right side of the picture, you initially see the chessboard with the king being knocked over, meaning checkmate. Now, are you paying attention? Just watch closely to what Melania does. She stands in front of her king, and right directly after she tries to protect her king, he shows that it's a little too much, too late. You can see the soldier walking with the flag. What just died, you all? The United States. It's over. Now, once again, you can see here in this picture from Ingersoll that the king was just checkmated, and it's over, being knocked off the board. But you have to also pay attention to the orbs. You can see the lights that's coming from the sky. All right? That is the grace of God. And if you don't know who God is, well,
if you don't know, well, shit, you in this house.
I thank you, Lord, for my birth and everything that's followed. I thank you, Lord, for today, and I will pray for tomorrow. I thank you, Lord, for your guidance, because it's all that counts. And right here, right now, Lord, this is your house.
Why did they hijack Flight 11 on September 11th? The Twin Towers are an 11. New York is the 11th state. There were 11 crew members on the flight. 911 adds up to 11. Pillars are an 11 with the black and white checkered board. Black and white add up to 11. Black is matter, white is spirit. Is this some kind of ritual or just a coincidence? At first, I thought coincidence, but then I started noticing how often some symbols repeat. The Roman numerals for 911 look like pillars. Saturn's code is 911. Another symbol for Saturn is the black cube, a symbol of death, dullness, coldness, and darkness. That's why the 911 memorial uses the black cube. We live in a world surrounded by black cubes, not just in buildings, but in how we think. That's when the phrase "think outside the box" stops sounding metaphorical. Because the trap isn't physical, it's perceptual. I didn't realize how long my mind had been inside it until something shifted. Not my beliefs, my awareness. And that didn't happen from being told what to think. It happened when I encountered material that showed patterns instead of conclusions. That's what the Book of Wisdom did for me. It didn't tell me what to believe, but it started me to see the hidden structures of the world. What I'm telling you now is just the tip of the iceberg in this book. In this video, I can't tell you the full story because it's also connected to so much more. Everything we've ever seen in signs, symbols, colors, even our bodies, are connected in ways you've never learned. And once you sense that pressure, that quiet feeling that something's off, you don't need convincing, you need the missing pieces. Think outside the box you didn't know you were in.
That part. Yeah, that part.
Why did they hijack Flight 11 on September 11th?
Hey, y'all want to see the Epstein list? Show of hands. Who wants to see the Epstein list? I better see 13 fucking hands jump up in the chat. Otherwise, I'm not showing you shit. How about that? Huh? How about that?
So Putin and Trump had a phone call today. Putin told Trump, I'm going to fuck Ukraine up for blowing up our nuclear bomber fleet. He's not happy about it. You know what Trump had to say? Yeah, I can understand that. And you got to do what you got to do. Because what the fuck else are you going to tell the guy, right? You got NATO in there fucking around. And NATO even admits that they partook in all these drone attacks. And NATO has access to U.S. weapons. And U.S. weapons and drones, underwater drones, were used in blowing up that bridge in Crimea. Like, that evidence was produced today. And no one will ever convince me that the U.S. intelligence agencies didn't have something to do with this. Lindsey Graham and Dick Blumenthal show up the day like before the attacks, and then out of nowhere, it's a coincidence, Mike Pompeo shows up in Odessa, like in Ukraine. Like, what the fuck is Mike Pompeo even doing there? Meeting with the fucking high-ups. Mike Pompeo is not part of the U.S. government, dude. Trump fucking even pulled his security clearance. So what in the fuck is he doing over there? How is that not a violation of the Hatch Act? If people are saying that Lindsey Graham violated it, Mike Pompeo...
Nudie said he don't want to see it. Nudie, you better stop standing on people's necks, man. You better stop it.
I ain't got to defend nothing. It's not a defense. You know, if every time someone asks you a question, you try to say the right answer, your entire life is a test. And when did you have the most anxiety in grammar school and high school? No question. On test day. No question. So your entire life become this test. I ain't trying to say the right answer. I am just doing what I feel. My mama said trying is failing. There is no ifs, woulds, coulds, shoulds. It just is, and we just are.
He said, I'll look away what you showed. He said, how many we got so far? We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 hands. We need let's just do like 5 more. How about 5 more hands? 5 more hands. Then we'll show it.
For those of you that are unaware, if you have a smart TV and that TV has a camera on it, the TV is spying on you. What you're about to see on here, this TCL Roku TV, is the same process for any other brand. Pay attention, share this video, Watch until the end. Comment below. Share this video with someone you love, care, and respect. This woman shows you what to do so your smart TV doesn't spy on you.
Yes, your smart TV is spying on you. This is how you stop it. Go to home and find your settings. Then you want to scroll down to privacy. Because I don't know about you, but my TV faces my bed. So that is private. Go over to advertising and you want to click on personalizing ads. Because this setting is designed to personalize ads that are tailored to you. But in order to tailor it to you, they have to track you and see exactly what it is that you like. So uncheck that. Go back and go down to voice. Go over to microphone and you want to uncheck this. It tells you right here that a third party will access your microphone for your TV. Uncheck that. Then head on back to the smart TV experience. This is the kicker. Uncheck this because it's telling you that it's using your content from your TV's antenna and all of your connected devices to suggest streaming content and personalized ads. What? Listen, Roku shares your information for ad and measurement purposes. No. Uncheck that. There you go. You just dumbed down your TV. You're welcome. Yes, your smart TV.
Hey, Angela, I wouldn't worry about it anymore. Any more texting than necessary is all right with me. You know what I'm saying? I need more texting than anything. The more y'all text, the better it is. Shit. For you, Angela, just say you're doing 3 times the work. You know what I'm saying? That's all. Says shit. This is for the piece of shit on the list. Got the toilet ready, huh? Gotta start my shipment. I'll be listening, but out of chat. Peace, y'all. All right, Andrew. Have a good day at work, Brody.
Y'all ready to talk? I'm ready to talk. Listen, let's wrap this up in a nutshell. Number one, the U.S. is experiencing a $26 billion surplus. That's the largest surplus we've had in over 20 years. Okay, we just came back from a $319 billion deficit. And I had someone to tell me that the reason we're in a $26 billion surplus was because of the things that Biden put in place. God damn, it took 4.5 years for it to come to fruition. Every source I've read said it's directly correlated to the tariffs that everybody was freaking out about and saying it was going to crash the economy. You know, the reciprocal tariffs where Trump said, okay, if we're paying you tariffs, you need to pay us tariffs. Well, that's the result of that. Also, the Obama hoax with Russia. Tulsi Gabbard got concrete evidence and she said it's time for everybody to pay. It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. Y'all put all them bogus charges on Donald J. Trump. He said he finna put some real charges on y'all ass. All right, every dog got their day. And the tables, they always turn. Also, did y'all see that about where Obama said that every little boy needs a gay man in his life to offer different perspective from his father? If children have gay people in their life, that's great. If they just so happen to be gay and they're a person, great. But to say that every little boy needs a gay man to offer a different perspective, that is just kind of weird. I thought that's what moms were for, to teach them empathy and be the nurturers. But hey, who are me? What do I know? Also, Donald Junquavius is suing the Wall Street Journal for $10 billion. Well, they put out a story saying that he wrote a letter to Jeffrey Epstein and drew a vulgar picture on it. And Trump saw the story and said, I didn't do that. And I need for you to retract that story. I've never done that. They said, we gonna stand 10 toes down on the story. So now Donald Trump said, I'm finna stand 10 billion down. Pay me my money, ho. Keep my name out your mouth. And if you gonna put my name in your mouth, then at least make it true. I'm guessing to all these news outlets who just want to put out bogus stories about the president, watch your mouth, save your teeth, and pat your pockets, because he coming for your ass. I don't blame him one bit. Anyway, God bless America, God bless Donald Junquavius, and God bless y'all too, and I will talk to y'all on the next one. Love y'all.
Yeah, I see you're back to normal, Angela. There's just one text now. Yeah, you can't text for everyone there. Snoop, 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 Snoop. Hey, yeah, he probably is on that list. No diggity. I'm pretty sure he is.
Mr. Tenderism is the only reason we give a fuck about a damn smokehouse destination. Let's get that clear. Let's get that motherfucker. And the owner is jealous of Mr. Tenderism popularity. He don't like that Unc blew up on social media. He don't like that everybody thought that smokehouse destination was his restaurant. He don't like that at all. It's to the point now, he try to make sure that he in the videos. Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis. Ain't nobody come to see. Unc need to go ahead and sign with Death Row. Cause if you don't want an owner that's all up in your videos, dancing in the videos, you need to go somewhere else where you're gonna be appreciated. Go somewhere else where you're gonna be appreciated. And then you even look at the podcast, whatever it was doing, talking about Keith Lee. He said, if I knew Keith Lee was here, talking about the owner, he said, we would have stopped and went to see him. Keith Lee wasn't there to see you. Keith Lee was there to see Unc. That's it. That's all. And maybe your employees too, he would have showed love to them. But he didn't come to see the owner. He came to see. That's who he came to see. That's who he came. You're just trying to overly insert yourself in the goddamn program when we don't want you in the program. We get it. It's your restaurant and all that. You can appreciate it from afar. We don't want to be shaking hands with you, kissing babies with you. But yeah, like I said, the owner is jealous of Mr. Tenderism. And it's just that simple. I don't know how we don't even see it. We all see it. We all see it, and Unc just sitting there without a word to say. Unc, speak up! Speak up! Blink twice!
The Tenderism is gonna be fuckery because we try to figure out what's up with OG. You know what I'm saying? If a nigga asks for somebody, man, you show that nigga who the fuck. Like, hey, I asked for him. Now, if I wanted to talk to you, I would have talked to you about you. No, I don't know you. I don't give a fuck who you is right now. I talk to Tenderism right there, and then we gonna talk later. How about that? Because that's how I operate. You know what I'm saying? See, the thing about white man in that business, he did not like when the people working for him getting the attention at all. He did not like that at one bit. And Keith Lee proved it. And then dude stuck his mouth or his foot right in his mouth and chewed that shit the fuck off, swallowed it, then stuck the other one back in there. You know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't gonna chew that one off. Now he over here walking around on peg legs and no nubs. You know what I'm saying? This dude's fucking on nub land. But I digress. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully Tenderism OG gets some motherfucking sense and either annex that place because all the fame and publicity that he brought. You know what I'm saying? He opened that shit back up. Shit wasn't shit without him and Tenderism. You know what I mean? But shit, let's get.
Don't go nowhere if you live in the red and the blue. And I'm going to show you and tell you why. Now, we're going to start off here in Kansas, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Delaware, New Jersey, Maryland, Virginia, Kentucky. All right, this is going to be a touchy spot right here, okay? This may get a lot of ice now, but further north, we're looking at some pretty hefty snow up in this area. Now, the models are sticking with this. They're sticking with this area here. But the south, okay, the deep south right here, the models are all kind of snow, and then some days, another model, no snow, just rain, and then snow over here, then just rain over here. They're not coming together right. But I'm going to show you the model right now. Okay, we got the GFS model right here, and this is the reason why I'm showing the red area right here. Look at that. Y'all see that? That is heavy, heavy snow. And even curling in behind this low pressure, it's going to be quite a bit of snow back here on the backside. This is the red zone that I got marked. Now the blue.
Just telling y'all what to be prepared for. Because that shit going to be here in a weekend for us. You know what I'm saying? What's the 13th? Yep. 3 more days, that shit going to be right here. And he ain't lying. You know what I'm saying? He was predicting the weather real quick because that's what they been chemtrailing. the fuck out of us. It's crazy. Sorry, my eyes got so big, but I want to tell y'all, that shit's real. Motherfucker, it's crazy. Y'all like my twist? It makes me look like Prince a little bit, right? Purple rain, purple rain.
For those of you that are unaware, if you have a smart TV and that TV has a camera on it, the TV is spying on you. What you're about to see on here, this
TikTok. How do we go from Venezuelan drug boats to stealing oil? Now, let's TikTok about it. If you follow me, you know that we've been chasing dragons and serpents for years. And the one in the Caribbean, well, she's starting to move. She's 9,000 miles long. She runs from the Caribbean all the way up through Alaska and the Bering Sea. And Alaska is starting to thaw out. Now, along our journey, we figured out something about the dragon. Oil. Where do we get our oil from? Write it in the comment section. Now answer this question. What happens when you drain the blood of any animal? I'll wait. Now, if you can't refreeze this animal, there's only one other way to stop it, and that's to drill, baby, drill. And this has been Donald Trump and his administration's plan from the beginning, to drill, baby, drill. Why? Because they know. I told you all, the moment you seen those
He ain't lying, y'all. He is not lying. That dude knows that shit. Because if you think about this, say like this, in the middle of the ocean. Oh no, that's the Gulf. In the middle of the Gulf, all he has to do is drill in the head. And if he drills in the head, he can keep this thing concussed. He could probably salvage it to where shit, keep this thing in a coma. You know what I mean? Forever and ever. Damn, is he saying the oil is dragon blood? Shh. Don't tell nobody, yo. Let's just say like this. ATX. Anything that has ether, aka spirit, meaning like alcohol, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Those things are fuel, if you will. So I'm still blown away by the word intestine. Interterrestrial. Wait. Yeah, international? What? Interterrestrial? How, am I saying that right? What you're saying, Angela? Interterrestrial? It's weird. Because you said it twice this time. Yeah. I don't care. I don't care. And this was a black planet. Exactly. Hey, remember, anybody remember Conan? The first movie was worshiping snakes, and it was the black guy that turned into a snake. Remember? George Earl Jones, the guy who played Darth Vader. You know what I'm saying? Or voice for Darth Vader, I should say. But he did the snake. He was Snake in Conan. Yeah, James Earl Jones. Let's get it.
Breaking news. Donald Trump has stated if you are 18 to 25 and you have been in jail and you have a criminal background record, you will be enlisted into the Army and will be drafted. They go for male or female. If you have been to jail, you will be going to the Army. Yes, to prove how motherfucking gangster you are. If they want to be on baddies, all you YNs, this is your time to shine. Yep. Donald Trump helped you, so you better go fight for our country and fight hard. It's all over CNN, Fox News, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. It's everywhere. You can find this everywhere. So if you own a shiesty mask, get ready to suit up and boot up, baby, because you finna go. National News got this article on there. Top News, YouTube, baby, you name it. Get ready. And nah, don't be scared now, because you weren't scared when you was holding them. Yeah. And if you got pictures on Instagram with them, you top on the list.
Well, DJ, you can participate in the chat, right? You don't have to participate with that shit. And the way you do get it, where you can get them out of the draft, is you basically tell them that you're not going to sign it because you don't volunteer for nothing. There's a way to make it to where that you don't have to worry about that shit. But there is another outcome for that shit too. You won't be able to get no social security anything. So this is why, because they didn't take any felonies back in the day, 20 years ago, LOL. Well, the thing was this too. That was Bush War. They went over there for oil and gold. They showed you a movie. Remember Three Kings? They just came over for gold. Weapons of mass destruction. Weapons, money, and drugs. WMDs. But let's keep it moving.
The impossible is happening. I just did some research and this is crazy. So basically our calendars go on a 28-year cycle. Can't have the same calendar. You definitely can't have Easter or Thanksgiving on the same day either. Well, guess what? We have the exact same calendar as 1942 in 2026. So Easter's on April 5th. Easter was on April 5th in 1942. But Thanksgiving, November 26th. Thanksgiving Day fell on Thursday, November 26th, 1942. So 1942 is 84 years ago. We're supposed to be on a 28-year cycle with the moon. 84 years, that would be a 21-year cycle. Sums up, Chuck. Not to mention what was going on in 1942. And this is impossible. But it's happening. I mean, this is all for fun and games, you know, but it's happening for entertainment purposes only. Oh boy.
Yeah, got headbanding, you know what I'm saying?
If you're watching this, then they still haven't caught me. The Null Horizon Authority was never meant to be understood. It was meant to be obeyed. Its greatest strength wasn't its technology or its containment methods. It was secrecy. Today, that secrecy ends, at least where it all began. This is X1, the first anomaly, the reason the NHA exists at all, and the reason they never wanted you to know the truth. To understand X1, you need to go back over 200 years, late 18th century. The Antarctic Circle, uncharted, unforgiving, and believed to be empty. That's where a British naval explorer named Maxwell Null led an expedition that was supposed to chart ice drift patterns and trade routes. What he found instead changed the course of human history. Beneath the ice, not buried but preserved, was a city. Let that sit. Not ruins, not scattered remains. A city, streets, towers, plazas, an architecture that made no sense for its time. Maxwell documented it privately. He knew immediately that if this discovery became public, it would shatter everything science believed about history, civilization, and reality itself. Recovered document number 1 is a note believed to be written by a crewmate of Maxwell Null after first discovering X1. Let's read. Excavation beneath Arctic ice has confirmed the presence of a complete subterranean urban structure. Streets, buildings, and internal chambers remain structurally intact. No evidence of collapse or natural degradation has been observed. The site does not meet criteria for standard archaeological classification. Recommendation: continued excavation under restricted oversight. This is not a relic of the past. This is something displaced, something out of time. So he did something that would define the NHA's future. He didn't report it. He pitched camp. What began as a temporary encampment became Camp Null, a covert excavation site hidden from every known authority. Over decades, Camp Null evolved. More researchers, more funding, quietly rerouted. Eventually, it became the first permanent NHA facility. Today, you know it as Tundra Station. the largest, the oldest, and the most heavily buried site in NHA history. Everything the NHA is today, every classification, every clearance level, every lie, can be traced back to what they found beneath that ice. Let's talk about the city itself. Researchers determined something impossible. The city was older than recorded history, but more advanced than anything humanity had built at the time of its discovery. Its architecture resembled Renaissance design, symmetry, arches, proportion, except it predated the Renaissance by centuries. That raised a terrifying question. Did this city inspire the Renaissance? Possibility exists that exposure to displaced structures influenced 15th century architectural evolution through undocumented contact or artifact migration. In other words, someone may have known about this place long before Maxwell Null. And if that's true, then history didn't just repeat itself, it was guided. Document 2 states, structural analysis indicates design principles consistent with Renaissance-era symmetry and proportion. Dating estimates place construction well outside known historical timelines. No conventional explanation exists for stylistic overlap. The possibility that exposure to anomalous structures influenced later human architectural development cannot be excluded. Direct causation cannot be proven, but correlation is significant. The deeper researchers went, the worse it got. Carbon dating failed. Material analysis contradicted itself. Temporal readings didn't align with baseline physics. Eventually, the NHA reached a conclusion they would never publish. The city did not originate in our universe. It came from a parallel reality, one that was ahead of ours. At some point, the two universes merged, not collided, not destroyed, merged. X1 represents a remnant of a future parallel civilization displaced into baseline reality during a convergence event of unknown origin. That city wasn't ancient, it was lost. At the heart of the city stood a chamber, not a throne room, not a temple, a burial site. Researchers believe it belonged to a high prince, though that title is still debated. What matters is what was carved into the pillar beside the tomb. A prophecy, the bridge prophecy. It spoke of worlds converging, of veils between realities thinning, of an authority formed to contain truth rather than protect humanity, and it spoke of the bridge. The most disturbing part? The prophecy wasn't vague. It didn't speak in metaphors alone. It mentioned a man wearing a crown, which I'm assuming is referring to my veil, written centuries before my birth, long before the NHA existed, long before I ever touched the veil. Designation crown appears consistently across all translations. No equivalent linguistic substitution detected. That's why the NHA buried X1, not because it was dangerous, but because it was accurate. If the world learned that history was manipulated, that reality had merged with a future civilization, that prophecy wasn't myth, but recorded fact, the NHA would lose control. X1 proves the NHA didn't discover the truth, and they inherited it, and then they weaponized it. They turned prophecy into surveillance, fate into containment, and knowledge into a leash. This is only the beginning. X1 wasn't just the first anomaly, it was the warning. The NHA ignored it. I won't. I'm Dr. Marcus Zane, former head of research for the NHA turned whistleblower, and this was X1. The truth will be known.
Yeah, man. See? Shit getting crazy and crazy every day, ain't it, y'all? Gang shit, man. But, you know what we do? We live and we learn.
Following my Africa is a Skull update, wait until you find out what Australia really is. Now, let's talk about it. Before I get started, TikTok, this is for entertainment purposes only, nothing that I'm saying is true. If you've been following me, you know that I showed you that Africa is a skull. I believe it's Moana. And I've also shown you that Hawaii is a rooster. And now I'm showing you that Australia was her pet pig, Pua. Check this out. For those of you who I know wouldn't have been able to see it, I went ahead and adjusted the map for you so you could pay attention to it. But if you look, you can see the snout, you can see the head, this is where the ear goes. I've already mapped this out for you, okay? Around to the tail. I'm gonna show you the curl on the tail, all right? The tail comes here, look at it. Right there, the tail curled around and come back. All right? That is the curly tail on the pig right there. There's the rump, around to the legs. Now check this out. Right here around the snout area, I want you to look right there. What do you see? What do you see?
Yeah. What do you see? Huh? Some little porkers. All you need is a subwire and a fork, steak knife, baby. Tomorrow, yo, what it do? Salute you. You know, we on Crime Watchers tonight. I think I dropped something. I can't tell. Oh, I did. All right. Let's get back to it, y'all.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I have probably the biggest news that you've probably heard yet to date. So, Miss Missive is running for office, and not only is she running for office, she has drafted a legislation to be signed by the populace to end alimony and child support. All she needs is the guys to sign it. What this means is child support and alimony are most likely going to be coming to an end. And we're not talking on a state level. We're talking on a congressional, U.S.-wide level. So, and mind you, she, the woman, has understood and seen the facts and has decided that this is a serious, serious, serious problem. And the best way to fix the problem is to end child support laws and end alimony. So the alimony, everyone is 100% behind, pretty much, except for the ladies who are being paid alimony. There is no logical reason for me to continue to pay for your lifestyle after you decide to leave to go hang out with Chad and Tyrone. Okay? I get that. Maybe an initial alimony of help you move out, but if you decided to leave, you decided to leave. That is on you. The child support. So now child support is going to be 100% voluntary, right? The guy can then choose whether he wants to pay it or not. And the argument being cited is the woman gets to choose whether she gets to keep the child or not without any say from the man. And then they look at the number of men who are abused by the child support system. So, single mothers who decided to not stay with the father, you might want to course correct. This isn't something you get to have a feeling on. You're going to want to course correct. Thanks.
Yeah, you might want to do a little course corrector right there. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? Nobody really knows what's going on though. Yo, but yeah, let's keep it moving, fam. Wait, hold on, I showed that one. Trying to erase it. Yeah. No, it's just dummy head. Don't worry about that. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make y'all think. Get the attention of people.
I think the firmament, pi, and Nikola Tesla's 3693 theory are all connected. This video might blow your mind. So I started looking at pi, and you're basically just measuring a circle. I stared at this image for a couple minutes, and then the Bible verse popped into my head about looking over the circle of the earth. The more I looked into what pi is actually used for, I found out that you can't create a dome or an arch in architecture without pi. So then I started to think, are they measuring the firmament with pi? And then I kept thinking about Nikola Tesla's 369 for some reason. I started plugging different numbers into pi. So I had ChatGPT run 3.3 repeating to find the circumference instead of the 3.14 number. And when you replace pi with 3.33, it converts to 66.6. So in King 723, it says, then he made the sea, I think the sea is the waters above, of cast metal. It was round, 10 cubits from brim to brim and 5 cubits high, and a line of 30 cubits measured its circumference. The biblical value of pi, as derived from 1 King 7:23 and 2 Chronicles 4:2, appears to be an approximate.
I had no idea what she was talking about. I know she was doing something, but I didn't know where she was going, man. Did anybody else catch that? No? We're in the same boat. All right, let's keep it moving.
Somebody gotta let me know what the
I think the firmament, pi, and Nikola Tesla's 3693 theory are all connected.
Somebody gotta let me know what the this is. This dude was on Google Earth and he scrolled in Antarctica and he came across this shit right here. He said an insect. Nigga, that don't look like no insect to me. That look like a big ass motherfucking animal that I ain't never seen before, like with 6 legs or some shit. Y'all, look at this video. Somebody gotta let me know, fool. I be wondering how people be scrolling and finding shit. I'm trying to do this shit. I'm trying to go look on Google Earth too, see what I can find. But this shit just be crazy, fool. Look at that shit. Don't look like a camel. But there ain't no camels in the cold. And if we was to go the insect route, that junk gotta be a big ass bed bug. That's what it looked like if it was an insect. But I don't know. What do y'all think that is down below in the comments? Let me know, fool. All I know is this ain't no damn rock. This junk look like a fucking creature, fool.
Mm-hmm. What's that say? Ain't it straight that Trump stole Tesla's research? Now his nephew is the president and his buddy owns Tesla. Yeah, and his son's named Barron. That's some real weird shit right there, I tell you what. You know what I'm saying? Stop looking at me, man. Fuck. You know what I'm saying? That's some weird shit.
Somebody gotta let me know what the this is. This dude was on Google Earth. Earth is switching the map on us, y'all. Look at this. If you think about this, and I mean really think about this, y'all can understand how diabolical this is, right? The places that used to get buried in snow every winter is now showing the biggest losses in snowfall. Look at the map. It's not a little drop, y'all. It's about 40 to 60% less. Places like New York, Washington, and Philly, all that snow that used to hit every year is gone. But y'all, I don't think y'all paying attention. Here's where it get crazy. The West. The West. Places like California, Nevada, Colorado, and even Texas are getting more snow than usual. Like it said, forget the East, we going to the West, to the desert. Let's make the desert get snow. We are watching a total change. We are watching the weather change patterns, y'all. We are watching.
Kind of reminds me of when Biden said it's gonna be a cold winter. Anybody remember that shit when he was president? I do. I think it's kind of funny because let's just say he was behind in the time. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly. And as that shifted, which hit this year, well, a couple years ago, when did we get that eclipse? Was that last year? That had to have been last year, right? Or was it the year before? Can't remember. Year went by so quick. It's weird. Yeah, but he meant his basement would be cold. Nah. That dude said it was gonna be a cold winter. He was talking about the future. Like I said, he's behind in his time. And insane in which he did, yeah, years before. And I think he was trying to be funny and shit. But at that time, that's when what happened in was it South Carolina? It was South Carolina, right? It happened in Florida. It was like a Virginia, South Carolina, some shit, and it flooded. And then FEMA wasn't helping them because Biden spent all that money. And yeah, that's what I'm saying. That flooding, exactly. And that when that shit hit, fucked up all that shit. You feel me? Fucked up all that shit. But that's I thought he was talking about then, but no, he's talking about right now. It's gonna be a cold winter, y'all. Power outages and everything. Be prepared, please. Grab extra water, rice. Get you a little fucking. Figure out how to make a hot pot. A little electric burner or some shit, like something, y'all. Cause y'all gonna have to stay warm. Eat that warm food. You know what I'm saying? Stay warm, y'all. Stay warm. Any means necessary. Let's get it.
So Maduro was captured, and there seems to be a lot of people that's saying he was nabbed. All right? But I'm going to say, if he's going to be charged with something, then he wasn't kidnapped. But they took him and his wife. What's his wife being charged with? Well, let's talk about it. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So them taking his wife, well, if we're going to talk about kidnapping, yeah. What criminal that's being charged have the right to have their wife with them? Just think about it, America. Just stop and think about it. You grabbed a president. You're going to charge him with all of these crimes, but you took his wife too?
What she do? But shit, he got him. Protect the service, something. Yeah, basically, because them people was gonna eat him.
Using new information from the science world regarding Levi. Now, let's talk about it. So we all know 3 days ago, the United States ordered strikes against Venezuela, and they took the president and his wife. If you follow me, then you know why they're really inside of Venezuela. I told you, the only place that they can hurt these serpents are their eyes. One eye of this serpent is in Venezuela. The other eye is in Haiti, right on the border of Haiti and the DR. Now, do you know what the scientific community figured out 3 days ago? Take a look. It says here, the identification of a rock layer approximately 20 kilometers thick beneath the oceanic crust of Bermuda reveals an unprecedented structure, helps explain the roughly
Remember when I told you I hate when that shit be cutting off, but we know what it is, you know what I'm saying? Like, he try and get to that motherfucking eye so he can get more blood from that guy, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of blood in the head. Shit, the brain don't work if there ain't no blood in it. Huh? Let's get.
Hold up, run that back. Did I just see that the president-elect of Mexico openly admitted that there is in fact illegal immigrants inside the U.S.? And then she proceeded to double down and tell her people to back them up inside the U.S.? Claudia, now that girlfriend, that wasn't a bad take. You just threw out a legal landmine. Because, girlfriend, you just gave President Trump the perfect opportunity, literally gave it to him on a silver platter, to invoke the Alien Enemies Act. I'm pretty sure it's still real and still active federal law from 1798, which that gives our president the absolute power to restrict, detain, or remove foreign nationals during a war or a national emergency, especially if they're being backed by a foreign government. I mean, it's been used before. Wilson during World War I, FDR during World War II. It's not a conspiracy. It's an actual American law. Let's talk about the real issue here. Because, girlfriend, you are stomping all over our own sovereignty. Now for the peanut gallery, if CNN didn't explain to you what sovereignty means, it means this is our house, our laws, our borders, our decisions. Dumb it down a little bit more. No other country gets to tell us how to run things inside the United States. So when a foreign leader tells her people to back the illegals inside our own borders, that's not compassion.
Yeah, that's called war. Like, you have your troops over here, and you think we won't? You think you really think we won't? But you gonna learn today. Gonna learn today.
Do you realize the ramifications of if we have been lied to about the shape of what we're on? Do you realize what the ramifications would be? Like, just picture it for a second. Because here's the thing. Evolution and creation are diametrically opposed from one another. Evolution suggests we came from little microbes that evolved over billions and billions of years into human beings. And then at some point we were kind of half human, half bit of an ape, you know. But then creation is that we were created, right? So what's interesting, what I find very interesting, because people are wondering about the age of the earth too, because the evolution theory really proposes the idea, it actually is completely hinged on the idea that there's been billions of years. But what if this entire realm that we are in was created in 7 days, 7 literal days? Because people, when they read Genesis and it says, on each day, God made a different thing. If you had animals, animals need plants to survive. So if God created animals on day, 5 or 4, then the next day he made plants, then boom, bang, bang, they would survive. But the idea that it was millions of years in between would not make sense, because plants need animals to survive, animals need plants to survive. They need to be created in rapid succession to one another. Furthermore, what's very interesting is that it mentions right here, God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. So are we on a ball that evolved, or were we created and it's more of a flat shape? I'm wondering, because NASA, I do love you guys, but can you please post a real pic and not all this CGI crap? And also, evolutionary, like, I mean, dude, it's really not checking out. I will tell you, you will not find a car that evolved and all those components evolved into place from wind and erosion blowing around materials. But you have a lot more moving parts and a lot more components and a lot more cells than a car. But we know a car was made. So I'm just trying to fathom here, like, was this random? I don't think it was, man. Your eyeballs alone are so powerful. If they were a camera, they'd be more powerful than pretty much any camera that was made today that had a designer. So here's the thing. When you have scissors, for example, you don't say, I can't see who made these scissors, so they must not exist. Right? You don't look at this broken pocket knife and say, I don't know, I can't see who made it, so it's not real, it's fake, it evolved. You see what I'm saying? So we have to fathom here, there is greater forces at play, and we may have been duped. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and follow for more.
Yo, Frank, what it do? Hope you having a good week, Brody. I'm over here eating chocolate and shit.
Why is the oldest tree in the world less than 6,000 years old? No, hold on. I'm not done. The oldest known tree in the world is 4,800 years old. It's in California. Why is there not a 7,000-year-old tree? Or 8? You know that there's this coral that grows extremely slowly, right? You know, I bet you if you went to that coral averaged it's a few millimeters a year. I bet you if you reverse the time on it, your max you're going to get is 6,000. And also, the oldest known coral today is 4,000 years old. I'm just saying, I'm surprised that there isn't older things. You know what's funny about sedimentary rock? They say this layer is this many years old, that layer is that many years old. I think they're all the same age. Is dirt being made right now? Is sand being made right now? Think about it. They say the different layers of dirt are different years old. How? Dirt isn't being made. It must have been made, and then that's it. Not, this is a different type of sedimentary that's older because blank. Are you telling me that there was just like sand, and then billions of years later there was different sand that came from where exactly? Different dirt that came? It's not being made. So you can't tell the age of something based on even the depth it's found. And that's another thing that's very interesting. Have you heard of index fossils? They find a fossil and they say, based on its depth that we found it at, or where we found it, tells us that it's from this time period, 600 million years ago, 60 million years ago, whatever. You know how they tell that? They tell you the age of the index fossil is based on the depth in which it's found. How do they know the depth in which it's found is how old? Based on what fossils they find there. Circular reasoning. The fossil's old because it's found deep in the ground. It's deep in the ground because it's this old. That fossil is found there because why are all these dinosaur bones? Like, it's plaster, man. It's plaster and probably ancient giant reptiles that were squished during the flood and fossilized. Just like that boot in the museum in the United States. There's a boot with a fossilized human foot that's from the 1950s. I think we may have been duped. You know, people think we've been duped about the shape of this place. I think we've been duped about the shape, the age, and where we came from. I think it's all connected. And then you don't see dinosaurs the same way again. Then you don't see Jurassic Park the same way again. You don't see space and all the space movies the same way again. You think of it as propaganda. Let me know your thoughts.
Yeah, hey, so check it out, Frank. And then you get a little bit of glow. See all the details on that shit. That gold everywhere. All the lines. Shit's nice. They're nice. And then they got the stuff, they got a basketball. That's what it was, a basketball game for the Fighting Illini, Illinois, wherever they're going against. They got promo cards going over there. Trying to get somebody to see if I know a couple people who gonna be attending these games and stuff. Sending these promos. You know what I'm saying? Try and collect them all, like Pokemon. Hey. Said we in the big TV in my opinion. You ain't wrong, Nudie. Somebody watching us. All the time, somebody watching us. I always feel like somebody's watching. I feel like the Truman Show every day too. Said, did you play a lot? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I played two. I won 2 matches today and lost 2. So I played 4 matches today. I be playing a lot of that stuff, man. Cause look, the thing is this. I'm one of them people who get into shit only because I know that it has a potential to have like a growth to it. You know what I'm saying? Like I just find stuff that will potentially get paid. I look for like that, kind of like a weird investor. plain penny stocks, if you will. You know what I'm saying? At this point, I'm gonna stop typing all together. Who? Why? Wait, what did you say on the video? Because I'm high. Yeah, dude on the video is high. He sounds like he could be Isaac's brother, but I don't know. I got one more video. Let's play it.
Okay, so do you know why people think, like, someone's lying here, right? We're either billions of years old, or, of course, there's anywhere in between, but the two camps are evolution, billions of years, and 6,000 years. Why do people possibly think, like, 6,000? That's so crazy, right? I'll tell you why, and it's not just because Bibles from the 1800s and even the Quran, and I'm pretty sure even the Talmud, there's chronological order. In Hebrew calendar, they're in the year like 5,800. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys are commenting that on my post. I didn't even know that. Ethiopia, you guys have a different calendar over there as well. Now, here's what's strange. Bibles in the 1800s and before had chronological order of years. And they basically all said that there was, and I'll tell you why people think the age of the earth is 6,000. From the time of Adam to Christ, 4,004 years. From Christ till that Bible was 1818, now it's 2026. Add them up, we're just over 6,000 years old. Now, that is insane because we have carbon dating, right? Like shit's older than 6,000 years. Think of the movie 10,000 BC. There must be at least 10,000 years, right? Well, here's what's a little bit weird about that. You know that many people call into question the legitimacy of carbon and radiological dating? You know that, right? You know how they say 97% of scientists agree on such and such and such? Not everyone agrees that carbon dating, which is one of the biggest ways people say, no, it's millions, tens, 20, hundreds of millions of years old because of this carbon dating. Not everyone believes in that, eh? In fact, some think that that was made to add credence and hinge the evolution theory on. To have evolution, you would have had to have billions of years, because in our lifetime, we have never seen any animal or human give birth or lay eggs of another species other than itself. And I'm pretty sure on the first frickin' page in the Bible, it says of its kind. The animals laid eggs, gave birth of their kind. The plants laid seeds, let go seeds of their kind. Not slowly morphed into other stuff. So we have not seen any type of evolution in our lifetime, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist, because billions of years, right? Like if one molecule evolves every 10,000 years, you wouldn't even notice. Like maybe we're evolving right now. But the radiological testing and the carbon dating system, some people think is flawed. I'm just saying, some people do think that. Furthermore, there is a boot in Texas on display in a museum that has a fossilized foot from the 1950s. Different conditions make things fossilize quick, like getting buried in sediment from a giant flood. Yeah. Like the fossil they found of a fish giving birth. The fish was literally squeezing out a baby fish, and it is a fossil. Last I checked, giving birth doesn't take millions of years. That's a good thing too. So it happened rapid fire, dude, like quick. It also says in here, the time of Adam, a lot of stuff was bigger. Why? They talk about giants in there. How? Because well, hear me out. Ancient giant trees, Devil's Tower. I'm not saying it was a tree, but it doesn't look like a magma deposit to me. If there was giant trees, wouldn't they produce more oxygen? Doesn't more oxygen make... You know, reptiles never stop growing. If they got enough oxygen, they'll always keep growing. It's just until they bite it. So stuff may have been bigger. Then a flood happened, compressed everything, and then you have fossils of what they call dinosaurs, but maybe it was just the giant reptiles that were around before the flood. I'm thinking that. Let me know your thoughts, though.
Dude might be on to something for real though. He really might be on to something. But in the same sense, Romero, you guys talking about metal market in which it leads to believe the dollar collapse, this crash of society is coming earlier than we thought. Yeah, I believe that. Because they usually start doing shit with art. You know what I'm saying? Like art will get good, and then people put out art and shit. That's why I grabbed this cardboard art because to me, it's like Mona Lisa type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you get this shit, dude. Over time, this should have gained some value. Everybody knows that it gained value because you look at fucking magic cards, dude. There's fucking Magic the Gathering cards. Those cards gain tremendous value. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, catch you later, Frank. Have a good day. Peace. But hey, I ain't gonna hold y'all much longer. You know, I got this list for you. Let's check it.
Just a few highlights for those in the back.
I'll be back. All right, I'm back. So, one more time.
Just a few highlights for those in the back.
All right, let's start from the 10 out. We got Akon, Adam, Alan Dershowitz, Alberto, is that Pinto, Alec Baldwin, Alyssa Rogers, Anderson Cooper, that's that news dude, Adriana Metric, can't read that one, Andreas Pastrana for Columbia President, Anthony Kiedis, got a lot more people, man. Audrey Rambo, Barack Obama, Ben Affleck, Beyonce, Bill Cosby, Bill Hammond, was that Bill Murray, Ben Affleck, was that Brian Affleck? Oh, I don't know who that is, but Karen Casey, Casey Weiserman, Charlie Sheen, everybody knew that nigga was in there. Chelsea Handler, Chris Tucker, yup. Was that Chris Wagner, Chrissy Teigen? Yeah, that's John Legend's wife, or John Legend, but you know that. Cindy Lopez, Claire Head, Courtney Love. Then they're over here trying to fuck with my head now, man. I got it though. Oprah Winfrey, Will Smith, Tom Hanks, Sean Carter. That's Jay-Z. Jean Michelle Gaffey. Who's Jeffrey Jones? And Jeffrey Epstein. And Jeffrey Epstein. Jim Kimmel. Damn, bro. And why haven't they been apprehended? Because these are only the flight logs. Remember? Everybody wanted to see the list. I'm giving them the list. It's amazing. Everybody will like the list. Yes, they will. I just like that beat. That was nice. It was nice. Something very nice. Don't forget, I'll be making TikToks too, y'all. So y'all can check that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Mike Will made it.
Einstein's theory of relativity has been made out to be something that's much more difficult to understand than it actually is. I'll give the example, a very simple one, that if there are only two objects in the universe and they're getting farther apart or closer together, you never know which one is moving.
I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong at all. It's some profound shit. And you know who that was, right? Remember that one kid who was talking about like really intelligent shit? I gotta remember what it was. Like time travel? No. Free energy. What's it? Had to be something with free energy. But his face, that was that guy. That little kid that was like 11 years old making YouTube videos and shit. That was him.
Trump, and you have a message for President Trump. What is that message, sir?
Mr. President, you have already established your legacy as a man committed to peace and fighting evil forces. There is a reason why people in Iran are renaming streets after your name. They know that you are totally opposite to Barack Obama or Joe Biden.
Oh.
They know that you're not going to throw them under
playing into the orange man ego. Oh, you Karen fucking Teed. This place is gonna get the fuck up. Yep.
That shit made you think too hard. That's fucked up. Boogie stopped drinking without staying hydrated. Okay. Coffee dehydrates you. You gotta eat that fruit, bro. Eat that fruit.
But it's new shit now. Trump is in there. And Trump didn't wait. We didn't have to worry what the fuck Trump was finna do. Trump got on that shit immediately. We finna see what America is like with a motherfucking bully in that bitch.
That they don't know what the fuck they're doing. You understand that?
Hey, see, get it. Hey, but the thing you do, you throw them grapes in some water. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, hey, pause too. Real talk. That's a pause movement, bro. Don't sound like you should be saying that in chat.
What if the reason everybody's algorithm is messed up is because CERN is merging timelines, dog? What if we are merging into a timeline that's behind our own, bro? Think about it. They just did something the other week. I mean, and everybody, I'm not the only one that's seeing videos from October, August, June, July. Think about it. What if they're merging timelines and we're jumping into a timeline that we already lived?
Yo, what if deja vu is them restarting the timeline? Boogie said he ain't on no FC. You don't know anybody say he was, my nigga.
Sometimes we won't know what God is willing to do for us until we're in a situation where only God can do it for us. God won't walk you to what he won't walk you through. Woo. He won't walk you to what he won't walk you through it. Like I said earlier, God is the only one We can have a bad situation become a beautiful situation without ever changing the situation. The only thing, listen, the story has already been written. It speaks on before we were born and refers to after we're gone. So if the story has already been written, if the story has already been written and it goes from A to Z and we around Q somewhere, then what makes us think as his creations that we can change any other?
Yo, that's 1 billion right there. That nigga was keeping it a buck. You know what I'm saying? He was keeping it a buck. That boy couldn't get no more. Let's get though.
What's that? Oh, there's some secret information coming out about Antarctica. Tell me more. Yeah, there's more top secret information as to why people can't go to Antarctica and why everybody around the world is prevented from going there. Okay. Yeah, it's being said that there's way more lands beyond Antarctica. Okay. And that only certain people get to go there and live there. Okay. Yeah, it's being said that beyond Antarctica, people would age differently, much slower. Gravity's a little bit different. Time's different. Different beings are there. Different animals and species are there. Okay. But what's really interesting is it's been reported that certain ice there, if you were to consume it, it would heal you of anything and you would basically be able to live forever. Okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Simulate. That's what they want. Simulate. You grew up on Similac, that's what you probably gonna do is simulate. I'm a breast man. I like titties. Titty milk was what I grew up on.
The real reason Trump is going after the Federal Reserve is not what most people think. This is not about one man. It's about who controls money. It has now been reported that Jerome Powell, the chair of the Federal Reserve, is under scrutiny related to his testimony before Congress. This goes back to last summer when Powell appeared before the Senate Banking Committee to approve a massive renovation budget for the Fed. Trump's response was simple and hilarious. You're cooking the books. And now reports say that the Department of Justice has issued grand jury subpoenas related to that testimony. Whether this ends in charges or not, the signal is loud. The Fed is no longer untouchable, and the timing matters. At the same time, Trump is pushing a hard cap on credit card interest rates, warning that rates above 10% could be illegal. And today, the average credit card rate is 20 to 21%, even for people with good credit. That is a direct shot at the debt-based banking model. It doesn't stop there. Trump has also said he's moving to ban large institutional players from buying up single-family homes and renting them back to Americans at a premium. Companies like BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street have dominated this space, and this is an attack on financial consolidation, not just policy. And quietly, something else is happening. Major banks are positioning for a new system. This doesn't look like random reform, it looks like preparation, and if the Fed loses power, the entire financial architecture changes.
Time to start boycotting shit, y'all. Time to value where you invest your time and money. Time to value where you invest your time and money, because you don't want to waste it nowhere, but you want to waste it in the right place. You know what I'm saying?
But are we really on a ball? Venezuela, Shmena, I'm wondering there's other things going on here. We just found out that the European Space Agency gets also a lot of money, as does NASA. And the thing about NASA that's interesting is that, think of the word Satan for a second. S-A-T-A-N. NASA, N-A-S-A. The only letter that's missing is T. The only minus letter is T. T minus. What does NASA say when they launch? T minus. Now you may be thinking, what would the connection though be between NASA, and Satan? Like, well, that's such a cringy thing to say, right? But what if what NASA promotes is in direct contravention to that in which Genesis says how the world came to be? There's a firmament, it will never be moved, you know. It says nothing about space and planets. So I'm serious, think about this. Like, this is why people think there's a deception that is a biblical deception with NASA. T minus, Satan, ha ha ha. That's the question. Furthermore, you know how much money they get? Like, I'm talking billions and billions of dollars. There's homeless people, there's starving veterans, there's starving homeless veterans and people. There's people without homes, there's people living in trailers, there's people who aren't doing well. And yet, they're spending billions of dollars exploring space. What did they find, dude? Is there anything to show for it? Imagine if I was this agency that just got billions and billions of dollars. I'm flying around. I'm studying space. We're exploring. What did you find? Well, nothing yet. Or did you find a CGI image of a galaxy a bajillion miles away that you literally say is a composite image that we had to enhance / edit so that you could, this is what they say, Google it, NASA CGI, it says right on it. They do it to make things viewable that otherwise they can't detect, like they can't get a picture of it, so they make a picture of it. Now, what do you get in every store for clothes for kids? Dinosaurs, space, and Disney. Is that a coincidence? Go to the children's section with toys. Dinosaurs, dinosaur puzzles, dinosaur out the yin yang, dino. And space. I want to be a spaceman when I grow up. What if space was a firmament? What if the waters above were actually waters above? What if the flood happened not because the earth erupted with water coming out of it, but water came through the firmament when it was open? You think that's far out, but we don't even know like a single thing. Like, think about Devil's Tower. It's from magma. We don't, that's what they say. So we don't even know about that giant ass freaking tree stump, let alone, what are we on, dude? Are we spinning? Are we spinning right now? I don't know, man. And also, do people account for the curvature of the earth when they're flying planes? Like, I have a friend who's a Desert Storm operator. He was a friggin' tank commander, and he's a commercial airline pilot. He says, we don't account for any curve. Are you nuts?
Hey, this dude's trippy. So I want to see a video of the rockets piercing the sky in real time. Myself, I do agree. We got all this satellite imagery they portray to have, but every time it comes back to us, it looks like CGI bullshit. Yeah, that part. They lie. Deception and disgrace.
What if I told you the greatest conspiracy theory that you've never heard of is almost? See, society is deliberately being optimized to keep people permanently unfinished. We don't want to control you. You're not enslaved. You're unfinished. That is the superpower, because unfinished people are the most profitable. See, the system doesn't want you broken. Broken people rebel. I've given you a new mission, or you collapse. I destroyed you completely, and you can no longer contribute to the system I created. No. The system wants you at almost successful, almost healed, almost informed, almost confident, almost free. Perpetual almost is not just a sweet spot. It might be the most comfortable, convincing hell of all. If everything is left in progress, from self-improvement, healing, education, relationships, careers, and politics, then nothing will be permitted to conclude. Because closure ends the consumption. See, you are always discovering a new trauma, something else to bitch about. You're always unlocking a deeper layer. You are under the Silver Lake, swimming to new depths that don't actually matter. You are always one podcast away from clarity. I can't wait for that new Joe Rogan. You are always one course away from mastery. I got my PhD. That's going nowhere. The goal is not healing. The goal is continued engagement. Now, while you are living in the city of almost, we're going to give you a lot of information, and we're going to subtract wisdom, okay? We'll flood you with facts without hierarchy, truth without synthesis, awareness without agency. We're going to compel you to actually feel smarter. But you are not more powerful, and that is intentional. I'll even encourage you to declare your identities, announce your new labels, join camps, and perform your beliefs. Everybody's so performative. But if I see you developing discipline, if I see you building skills, if we see you achieving true autonomy, we will destroy you. Because identity is static and growth, well, that's dangerous. A lot of people make content, but you never understood why we encourage you to make series. See, content that resolves itself, it ends attention. That's not good for us. It ends scrolling. That's not good for us. It ends dependency. You will depend on us, the elite. Content that keeps you questioning, like this little nuisance, I am anti-matrix, it performs better, it spreads faster, it's algorithmically favored. So truth is always serialized, never finished, never whole, never complete. See, the real control mechanism was never fear. It was never violence. And it sure wasn't censorship. Deferred fulfillment. A life where everything meaningful is always coming soon to a theater near you. In life, it is the finality that is the real threat. It is completion that is the real threat. See, they don't want you asleep. They don't want you awake. They want you tired. They want you informed. And they want you unfinished. Welcome to the Matrix.
Well, today we're going to escape what they think we can't. Using the mind and the time they gave us. They hate us because they ain't us. Slow it down. Pick it up. They hate us because they ain't us. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And with that being said, y'all, real eyes, real lives, real lives. And we will see the time because we are the watchers. We'll observe, we'll report. You know what I'm saying? We'll congregate a little bit, constituent, you know what I'm saying? That's what we is. We'll get together, handle the biz. Make sure that when we raise our children, that we don't raise them as goats, aka kids. We raise them as the wren, because we taking the chill out of them. You know what I'm saying? Because we need the right light, because that's what wren is. You know what I'm saying? Have these little rays of hope, bring in that new world that we want, not what they want. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I'm just trying to be a sun guy. Let's get it.
Okay, ready? I'm gonna be.
Bitch on the ride of my back like a Mustang. I got a watch on my wrist, is a bust down. See ya. I'm tryna hop on a flight at a time. See ya. But I see my baby to bring it around.
With that being said, family, you know what time it is. I like to thank y'all for coming through. Wishing y'all a good night. Have a good right. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget, man. Hopefully we'll be back again tomorrow. You know?
Mars.
Get it.
Only a fool would include his own death as part of a plan. Young lady.
Mars so cold, I think I'm done with ice. Birds, if I leave her, she gon' die. Well, bitch, you done with life. Okay.
Friends,
are some of the fakest people you ever have in your life. Because friends will never allow you to just be yourself. Oh man, nigga, you sound like you getting weak. Oh man, you sound like you get. They ain't gonna let you say, man, I'm hurt right now, homie. I feel like hurt. They gonna go tell somebody, man, nigga talking about killing himself. So friends don't check on nobody. Family go check on your family. Because friends have to fake with one another. Friends have to be fake in order for us to be real friends. I can't tell you, nigga, you wrong when you wrong.
I felt that! My bad. That shit hit me. That shit hit me, man. That shit touched me on another level.
Homie, friends don't let each other be who they really want to be, my nigga. I got to be who you want me to be so we can remain friends. If I tell you
You're all a bunch of fucking assholes. You know why? You don't have the guts to be what you want to be. You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy. So, what'll that make you? Good? You're not good. You just know how to hide. And lie. Me, I don't have that problem. Me, I always tell the truth. Even when I lie. So say good night to the bad guy.
Your future hasn't been written yet. No one can. Your future is whatever you make it. So make it a good one.
We had a saying where we would be like, peace, be safe. But then we heard Nipsey say, stay dangerous. And I never understood it. But then when I finally understood it, it hit me like a ton of bricks. Stay dangerous. Because when you are, you're aware. If you're part of the danger, you can see the danger around you as well. You have to stay dangerous. Because if we're not, we're going to get caught unaware. And then we're just a pawn being used. When you carry yourself like a king, you will be.